This better work. I swear to God. This is like the 15th time I'm trying to do this damn video. Okay, good. Now hopefully it'll work. So I don't have to hold it and screw with it. Okay, this is going to be... hopefully this will work this time. This is going to be a video on my first Ouija board experience. This was back when I was in middle school. I had my first boyfriend, and I was on my way over to his house, and my dad was driving me over because I couldn't drive yet, and we were listening to my favorite classic rock station in the car, and John Lennon's Instant Karma came on the radio, which is one of my favorite John Lennon songs. And for anybody who doesn't know or watch my videos, I have loved the Beatles since I was in 2nd grade. Those 4 men were my first loves. They captured my heart with their music, lyrics, attitude, everything. I still love them to this day. John Lennon was my favorite Beatle because he was just so honest and out there, and I love that he just did his own thing. But anyway, I'm on the way to my boyfriend's house, and I hear the Instant Karma song, so I was digging it. My boyfriend at the time, let me just throw this out there because this is an important piece of the story. He was a big metalhead. He was into Metallica, Korn, Slipknot, like everything metal. He had no recollection of who the Beatles were. Like, he's heard of the Beatles, but he's never heard their music. He didn't know their names. He didn't know their personal lives. He didn't know anything about them. So, as soon as I get to my boyfriend's house, we, are hanging out in his room, and I see that he has a Ouija board, and I immediately want to play with it. So he's like, oh, all right, yeah, no problem. So he brings out the board, and I think we talked to a spirit or two before I get really gutsy. So we were talking to this one spirit, and I had said, do you bump into John Lennon over there? Do you conversate or see him at all? And the spirit was like, actually, yes, which was totally blowing my mind. So I was like, well, is there a way that you can get him and have him speak with me? So the spirit was like, yeah, no problem. I'll be right back. So, I think like maybe a minute goes by, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, I'm anticipating, seeing if this is really going to go through and really work. So, the board, the thing with, I forget, but the thing started moving, and it spelled out, what do you need? And I was like, John Lennon, is this you? Am I talking to you? He says, yes. What do you need? Spells it out again. So I was like, holy effing crap balls. I'm talking to John Lennon. This is blowing my goddamn mind. This is crazy. So, I just, I had said to him, I said, John, you're one of my favorite Beatles. I've liked the Beatles ever since I was in 2nd grade, and, I enjoy your work and your lyrics and everything. I'm a really big fan of you especially. And I can't remember I can't remember if he said thank you or if I just kept babbling on like a freaking fool. But I had asked him, so where are you? Where do you spend most of your time? And he had spelled out at Yoko. And now, a lot of people may speculate when you move the piece that spells out, you move it to what you feel, you want to hear. Now, this is the thing with that. My boyfriend at the time didn't know jack crap about the Beatles, personal lives, anything. And I had my hands, he had his hands on it, but I had my hands just hovering. Like, I was like, they were just resting ever so slightly on the main piece of the board. So I was like, okay, it's really him. This is blowing my mind. So I was like, I got a little ballsy, and I'm like, okay, let's take it a step further and see if we can really shake this up a bit. So I said, John, it's great to talk to you, but I have a question for you. And I had said, do you know what song was playing on the ride over here with my dad and I? It spells out I-N-S, and I swear it was Instant Karma, and I was like, holy Like, it said the instant, and then the karma was K-A-R, like, something T, but I was like, wow. That's proof enough for me. And like I said, I knew for a fact, like, I didn't spell that out. And I know that my boyfriend didn't know because it was just my dad and I in the car. So it wasn't him. So I had my hands, like, just resting ever so slightly on it. So I knew for a fact that I didn't spell it out and that he didn't spell it out. So I was just absolutely, I was amazed. I immediately took my hands off the piece, and I was like, I gasped, and then I started to cry. Because I was so honored to be having a breakthrough with this person that I have admired for at least a lot of my life. So I started crying, and my boyfriend came over and hugged me and was rubbing my back. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that actually happened. So get myself together, and I'm like, okay. I wanted to just, you know, tell John thank you. I didn't want to take up too much of his time because I'm not somebody he knows, and I was just thankful that he broke through with me. So I had said, you know, John, thank you for staying here with me. I love you, and I hope that, you know, everything's going well, and I love you forever. And it had spelled out locked. And I had turned over to my boyfriend. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I've never seen that. He goes, the board is locked, the spirit is locked, where it's like not a dead communication, but like it's something where it's just stopped and it will not move anymore. So I was like, I mean, for me, I know it may sound dumb to a lot of people, but for me, it was so cool to experience something like that, especially after I have been in love with the Beatles and John for so many years, and I have just had so much respect for what they have done for me and my life and my happiness and taking me out of a bad mood and things like that. So I was just, if that really was John, which I feel like it was, I was so thankful to have that moment with him, those few seconds. So I know a lot of people may think my story is absolutely crazy, and I don't care. It's something that I hold really close with me, and I forget a lot of things, even my own name sometimes. But that I remember, and I probably will remember for a very long time. So that was my first Ouija board experience, and how could you forget something like that? I mean, it was just something so close and so touching. So I'm probably going to do more videos like these because I enjoy things like Ouija boards and paranormals and things like that. And I've been rewatching a lot of Bunny, Graveyard Girl here on YouTube, a lot of her old videos, just because it's something for me to keep motivated at the gym. And I absolutely love Bunny, and I love that girl. She's just so much energy and fun, and I just absolutely love her. So that was my video. Thank God I got through it this time with no problem. No one called me, no one texted me, nothing. So everything was good. So hope you're all having a great day, and have any experiences you want to share with me. Love to hear them. Think it's awesome. If you're a John Lennon fan or a Beatles fan, I love you too. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.